Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. Before we get going, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're alerted anytime I drop a new video, which is every Tuesday. Before we get going, I did want to point these guys out since I'm going to be using them in my future videos and tonight's video for the espresso shots. These were sent to me free of charge by Nespresso. It was in an unrelated situation, has nothing to do with my channel. They were unaware. I even did YouTube, but I didn't want to mislead you guys in any way. I didn't pay for these. They did mail them free of charge. So I will be using them, but it will not affect my opinion or my reviews of any of their coffee. With that being said, let's get to our star attraction, which is the Nordic Black for the original line. Slightly a repeat of what we did a few weeks ago with the Nordic Black Virtual line. We have a bitterness of 1, acidity of 2, body of 2, and roasting level 2. As far as the aromatic profile, they're listing it as cereal and fruity. So pretty much exactly the same as the other line. And then the aromatic notes are smooth coffee with fruity and sweet notes. You got an intensity of 5, and this one is, they're recommending a cup size of Lungo, which is a 3.7 ounce pour. So if we look at what they're saying here, aromatic, African, and South American Arabica blend, full of elegant, sweet, fruity notes, and a smooth and lingering cereal aftertaste. So it sounds like they're basically listing, or they've taken the exact listing of the virtual line and transplanted it into the original line. So I think these two are going to be pretty close. Might be kind of tempting to do an A/B out of the two machines. So anyways, let's take a look at these pods. Ooh, these are a little darker. Oh, damaged. Oh, that one's pretty good. Ooh, really damaged. Wow. Good grief. There's your pod. Nice little pod. So we're looking Nordic Black. We're looking for cereal, fruit, smooth coffee with fruity and sweet notes. Let's go brew a shot. All right, Nordic Black for the original line. Let's do it. We're going to do the longer pour so that we get the Lungo, which will be the 3.7 ounces. Whoops. I'm gonna have to use. Evidently that doesn't fit quite into that cup. So I'm gonna clean up this mess and we're gonna do it again. All right, Nordic Black, original line, round 2. Let's go, here we go. That smell is very, very similar to the Nordic Black for the virtual line, so let's give it a taste test. All right, so I'm going to fold a little bit of the crema back in here. Yeah, that's boy, that's an interesting. No, there's that fruit flavor coming through. There's not much in the spice or the cereal notes. It's really got a kind of a lingering fruit flavor to it. Yeah, the cereal notes really don't come out much at all in that. The fruit flavors are definitely there. Those really, really linger. And then it's a lighter acid taste, I would say, like right on the tip of your tongue. So, whereas if I remember correctly, I think the other Nordic Black had kind of an acid aftertaste that was kind of on the back of my tongue. This one's very much on the tip of my tongue. Little bit, I'll say it's acid. It's not really bitter. It's just got a fruity kind of, but man, the cereal notes, not at all. So, yeah, that's just, it's actually really decent. I think this would lend itself really well with a little bit of milk in it. So I think if you were going to convert this into a latte or something like that, I think you would be well served. This is going to be a great shot, I believe, to mix with milk. I'm going to do a shot with the virtual line and just A-B the two and see how they compare. So let's grab a pod for the virtual line, grab a shot for that, and let's do an A-B comparison on the tastes. All right, Nordic Black for the virtual line for an A-B comparison. Well, I think it doesn't take much to see there's quite a difference in the crema layer. So let's go over, give it a taste test, and man, they do smell slightly different, so let's give it a taste test. All right, I'm just gonna fold a little bit of the crema back into it. Boy, those are two totally different. They're both labeled Nordic Black. Boy, those are two totally different tastes. This one seems to have a bit more, of the acid and fruit flavor kind of more on the back of my tongue, where, yeah, that's very distinct. Immediately you get a fruit flavor immediately on the tip of your tongue. This one, this is, you got to run with me on this. This one, the fruit flavor is definitely more in the back of my tongue, more on the sides. This one hits right up at the tip. It's very, very different. The crema layers, as you can see, were dramatically different in the two. Boy, they just have very different taste profiles. This one's got a bit more on, I guess what I would think is kind of more of an acidic. It has definitely more of an acidic profile than this one does. This one's got, I mean, they both have a decent amount of acid, but boy, they're very, very, very different, even though they're listed as almost identical. I honestly think if you have the choice, I think the virtual line is going to be a better overall one to mix with milk and stuff like we did on a previous video. If you haven't seen that one, go back, watch the Nordic Black on the virtual line. The way that one turned out, I think it's going to be your better bet. This one's not bad. So if you have just the original line, it's not bad, but it is just so different in how it tastes. It's got the distinct fruit. I don't pick up at all on the cereal notes. It's just more of an acid, a little bit of a bitter on the front, just a tiny bit of the bitter, but the fruit flavor is very, very distinct and on the front of my tongue. So I think we'll try doing it in a latte mode, see what we get out of that, and let's go round 3 and let's do another shot. All right, round 3, Nordic Black for the original line. I think we'll go just right up to the top of the black. There we go. That should be it. Oh, milk's almost gone. You know what? I'm just going to empty the rest of the milk there. Let's go medium froth on that. Yeah, you can really see, if you weren't watching the first time, you can really see the difference in the crema layer. The virtual line, it was literally double the amount of crema. Get a little bit of milk in there. Alrighty, let's give it another taste test. Okay, I'm just gonna fold a little bit of this in. All right, Nordic Black milk. Let's give it a taste. Boy, honestly, it pretty much gets lost in there. Man, it really just gets lost. Yeah, even with that little bit of milk. Yeah, this is dramatically different than the Nordic Black for the virtual line. The original one, it's a decent shot by itself. So if you like the fruity, little bit of a fruit flavor on the tip of your tongue, a little bit of acid, this isn't bad. I mean, it's not a bad shot. Add it into milk, it virtually just disappears. I can't pick up on anything in there. I don't pick up on the fruit notes. I don't pick up on the cereal notes. I almost don't taste the coffee. Yeah, it's almost like there's just like a hint, just an ever so hint of a tiny bit of a coffee flavor coming through in there. So looking here for the Nordic series, it's 80 cents a pod, so they're not upcharging at all for this. It's a standard pod charge. Boy, I don't know. I think I'm honestly going to have to say this is a pass on this one. You can do much better with the Nordic Black for the virtual line. The Nordic Black for the original line, I'm going to have to say is a pass. As a shot, it's decent. It doesn't have any overwhelmingly great qualities about it that would make you want to go after it. When you put it into milk, it virtually gets lost. It's kind of like some of the other shots. They get lost in the milk. So you can't really turn it into a latte. You can't dilute it down. It's going to lose its potency. I think this one's just going to fall into the pass category. So Nordic Black for the original line, it's a pass. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had great holidays. We will see you next Tuesday with another coffee video. But before I leave you, if you have any recommendations or things that you would like to see me review, please drop that down in the comments. I will do my level best to get those out to you. We have another one coming, a caramel from the original line that someone from Argentina requested, so I will get that out to you as soon as we get caught up on the other ones. If there's anything you'd like to see with any of the other coffees though, please drop them in the comments. I'll do my level best to get them. Please make sure you like, subscribe. We will see you again next week with another coffee video. Have a great rest of your day.